Hi everybody, Gabrielle here. I am back here to bring you some channeled messages, divine guidance. So, we have a couple things going on. One, we're using the Isis Oracle deck. We're using the Enchanted Map Oracle cards and the Mudra cards. So, the Mudra cards, we have drawn Release, Kali Mudra, right? See? Now, normally in my private practice, I use these cards to help figure out where my clients are stagnant and to deal with the energies associated therein. And I find this card very spot on, right? It's a 27, but that's a 9, right? That's endings. Kali is the destroyer, right? Rebirth and death process, right? And it says this mudra assists with expansiveness, release, and spiritual purification. Benefits: directs breath and awareness to the neck and throat area. Energizes the thyroid gland, metabolism, and energy. Releases muscular tension from shoulders, neck, and throat center. It says to interlace the fingers of both hands in front of the heart with the right thumb over the left. Extend the index fingers upward toward the throat center. Caution: if you have any sort of thyroid conditions, do not do this, okay? It says focus. I release all obstacles and align to my true nature. This is pertinent because it keeps coming out. We'll get into the rest of the reading in a moment. But this is what your hands should look like over your heart, or in front of your heart, rather. And that is the image. If you meditate enough, you should begin to see in your mind's eye the lotus. So, from the Isis Oracle deck, we drew the Eye of Horus, Rising Sun, and Ancient Power Mysteries, right? And so for the Eye of Horus, it says Awakening of Divine Perception. And for Rising Sun, it says the Divine Solar Child Reborn. And under Ancient Power Mysteries, right? Hear the rattle of Isis playing. The journey, the path, you know what I mean? Like, all of this is like the bells. There's so much inquiry about, are you in alignment? Are you on the path? How do you know? And there's that, right? And sometimes being so focused on it, you're missing it entirely. It's the now of it all. And so we have some changes coming, right? But it's a good thing. It truly is. One second. For the Eye of Horus, it reads, brings divine perception, protection, and insight. You are gifted with certain spiritual abilities, including divine sight, that are awakening and growing now. You have much divine support and protection so that you may grow your abilities and service others with your divine gifts. Trust your protection and know that you are divinely protected. And so for a lot of people, right, on this path, this journey, you are beginning to experience an increase in your gifts. That's okay. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. You are protected and you are being guided where and how to use your gifts. Okay? It's also like overwhelmingly through the spread, right? We have the cards from the Enchanted Map. We have Stuck in the Mud, Education, Mountain, One Ring Circus, Talisman Reversed, and the Compass. All of this boils down to releasing things that no longer serves you. To finally take a look at your repetitive behaviors and things like that and see where it's really getting you. Seeing why you might not be making the progress that you want to at this particular time. Maybe this moment of stagnancy is given to you by the divine to help you see the other things that need to be cleared away. Fee. Okay. You are protected. You are absolutely protected. This card is one of extremely strong spiritual protection. It's helping you come out of the last remnants of this dark night of the soul energy. The last bit of the shadow work that truly has to be done so you can, as it says here, experience the divine sun, S-U-N, the gift of pure light. It's exposing things that still need to be cleared away. Toxic relationships, patterns with others, any groups, organizations, societies, It's like the truth. You must face the truth of it all. And you will come out on top if you can do this. But it's like this light has to penetrate deep into your life. You have to examine everything, the rhyme and the reason. So you can, again, it's the last bit of the death and rebirth cycle. We go through many spiritual deaths and rebirths, and it seems as though the collective energy is in the middle of going through yet another. Yes, you are a child of the Most High. Your mother and father, you are their child, and it is time for you to be reborn, to step into your divine birthright. And it says, a dark phase and struggle is over for the rising sun. A new phase is upon you, one of hope, glory, light, and triumph. It is one through boldness, persistence. Even when you felt like giving up, you choose to stay strong, or you chose to stay strong, to surrender the divine and continue with the path. You have been through much, and now victory is upon you, beloved. For the divine solar child, a new consciousness within you is being born. Or actually, it is born. It's happened. You are different than you were before. Follow that. Be true to that. Do not try to go back to appease anyone. You should only be trying to appease your family in heaven. And it says, for the ancient power mysteries, hear the rattle of Isis playing. The rattle of Isis, the sistrum, is playing in the hand of the goddess now. Can you sense it with your inner hearing? Clairaudience, right? Its vibration reaches through your crown chakra and enters your body, initiating you into a greater ancient power mysteries of sound, creativity, and healing. This is a time when words and music will become increasingly important on your spiritual path and healing journey. It's a new phase in your spiritual education. It's a different type of education you're stepping into. Truly. Embrace it. Listen to that voice in your head. You're not crazy. Yes, you can hear them. Yes. For a lot of you, I really do feel like clairaudience is really what's getting ready to pop off big time. But before, I feel like before it kicks up into overdrive, right? Because I put these cards down, past, present, future. And then these cards, I just wanted to see what Spirit had to say. And so to me, this explains what's going on. Because if the awakening of the divine perception has happened, right, then you see these patterns. You're examining things that need to end. You know what I mean? The rhyme and the reason of it all. Anything that could be hindering you in your journey, on your path to supreme enlightenment, to reaching what the Hindus refer to as nirvana. Just remember that you're being tested because look at your journey. You're a light worker. And so the path of the light worker is very vexed with trials and tribulations, but great rewards and great benefits, knowing without a shadow of a doubt that you are protected through every trial and tribulation. But it's time to really confront your shadow. For some of this, it's like you need to find a greater teacher than yourself. You know what I mean? As much as it's okay to learn on your own, this is a need to also be with like minds, people who have greater wisdom than yourselves. I'm in that category too. I always look forward to learning from people who are wiser, longer lived than myself. You know what I mean? Like, so much to gain. Be open to the need for teaching, to be educated, for it to come to you in many, many different ways. Because each time, each lesson that you encounter, each quote-unquote guru you interact with, you learn how to deal with yet another obstacle that once might have seemed daunting. Now it's nothing more than an ant hill that once seemed like a mountain. Knowing that each part of the journey, each leg, each encounter helps solidify you and who you truly are and your own stability, and each opportunity allowing you to re-examine and refocus to make sure you are on point for your true north, for your purpose, your path, but at the same time not over analyzing it so you don't miss it. Enjoying the now. Not trying to, rush through, and things come when they're supposed to. All week long, what is that? It was a phrase from the Bible. I don't know which book, I don't. But it might even be Proverbs, where it says, a man cannot lead the church unless his own house is in order. Something to that effect. And that keeps sort of popping up. It's the shadow work. It's the last remnants of the bad patterns, your vices, whatever it is, behaviors, whatever, associations. There's still some examination that needs to happen. There's still some assistance that you need with this process, but you're getting divine assistance with this process. So don't be afraid, because it's coming up for a reason. Because that too brings you into alignment with your true purpose. That's funny, right? Because you see the yin and yang symbol back there on the talisman card, right? And then you see the same sort of mirroring in the compass. Now, a traditional compass does actually have a mirror, and so you see accurately what the reading is. And so, again, there is a need for great reflection. Because if things aren't progressing, why aren't they progressing? What are you still doing that keeps getting you at the exact same position? Reach out. Seek help. Yeah. There's still some heavy toxic energy. I have the equivalent of a 666 out here, although it is saying that you've overcome this, but you need to know where it comes from. Ganesh, destroyer of obstacles. It's interesting, right? Because here we have the Kali Mudra, right? Again, a reference back to Hinduism, but I'm looking at the elephants. And Ganesh is the remover of obstacles. Kali, the destroyer, the great creator, the great destroyer. There's parallels here. Understand where these obstacles are coming from. How are you creating these obstacles? How can you remove these obstacles? What is it that you need to shed light on within you? How are you sabotaging yourself from achieving what it is you need to? Is it pride? Is it arrogance? Is it laziness? Is it sloth? You know what I mean? Which of the low vibing energies are you ascribing to? You know, when we talk about the seven deadly sins, we're talking about frequencies and you know what I mean? Vibrations. The sin, S-I-N and S-Y-N, meaning synergies, and you know, they really are the same thing when you break down the meanings. Think about the chakras and the frequencies and the tones that we listen to, and how the lower ones are geared more towards the lower chakras, the low vibing energies. And the higher you climb, right? The higher the vibration, the higher the frequency. And so if you think about music as a whole, right, we had this reference to music, right, with the throat chakra and even the Isis rattling, the cistern, right? There's a need to pay attention to the effects of even percussion. You know, there's boom, boom, you know, all of those things have an impact. You know, there's a joyous drumming and, you know, high vibing and merriment, and then there's a sort of war drumming. You know what I mean? It's the vibration, the frequency, the pulse. Vibration, right? Vibration. The frequency, the pulse. Think about that. What are you being guided to listen to? Where are you being pulled? Where are your vibrations taking you? Are you gravitating towards low vibing music? Things that activate the lower chakra energies? Think about that, right? The solar plexus is kind of like the go-between, right? That's your gut, right? That's that flight or flight reflex center, right? So technically it is a low vibing energy if allowed to be pulled down. Then you have the sacral, and then you have the root, you have the earth star, and there are more. But the lower you travel down those frequencies, through those vibrations, through those energy channels, the more earth-like you become, the more materialistic you become. There's a reason why, you know, classical music, the frequencies, the range, the key, you know what I mean, the notes, if you look and see how they're played, there is a mathematical formula to stir a particular response in the human body. Musical instruments and their creation were designed to heal the human body, to literally send vibrations deep within the meridians to facilitate healing and release of stagnation through those channels, through those highways of energies. Just saying. Learn to manifest with higher vibrational energies. And if you are manifesting with low, then recognize it. Remember, part of the mystery schools and the teachings is conjuring and knowing how to do that safely with lower energies, and how to actually utilize them for the highest and greatest good of all. But we're not there yet. Just saying, we're not there yet. So finish doing the shadow work. They must all be fed. All the energy points, all the subos, all the chakras, all the meridians. They must all be flushed. Think about lights on a Christmas tree, or like holiday lights or whatever you want, and they flash, right? And the old ones back in the day, if one went out, you lost a whole section. And you spend the whole night or whatever trying to figure out that one bulb that went out. Music was designed to do that in essence. To drive out any stagnant energy, to raise the vibration, the frequency higher. To lift you opposed to drag you down. Be prepared. Truly. Amazing things are coming. Mm-hmm. Somebody's got some musical notes tattooed. You probably even got green highlights. That's just what I see. Anyway. Alright, y'all. I hope you enjoyed the quick read. I really do appreciate you. Thank you for your likes, comments, shares, and subscribes. They are greatly appreciated. Thank you for your donations, your private bookings. They are greatly appreciated. You can find me at intuitivedownloads19@gmail.com or Busy Bee Digital on Instagram and Facebook. Light and love. Bye.